A good night's sleep, we all know it's important. For us adults, the recommended time is 7 to 8 hours a night. How are you doing?
Yeah, if you're not getting those numbers, you could be suffering from something called sleep apnea. There's a local dentist who is passionate about helping you solve that problem. Dr. Ronald Holsinger of Smiles by Holsinger and Higgins is a diplomat of the American Board of Dental Sleep Medicine, meaning he's going to take your shut-eye seriously.
Dr. Roland Holsinger has been doing dentistry in Denton for almost 40 years. Occasionally, when patients visit him at Smiles by Holsinger and Higgins, they complain of jaw pain. This, he says, could mean something else is going on.
And what we found is that there's a fairly large association between people with jaw pain and sleep apnea.
Sleep apnea is a sleep disorder where breathing stops and starts during the night.
The more events an hour, the more severe it is. If you have a 5 to 15, you're mild, 15 to 30, you're moderate, greater than 30, you're severe.
Dr. Holsinger says of the 39 million Americans impacted by sleep apnea, only 10% are diagnosed, and even fewer are treated. That could wreak havoc on your dental health.
If you breathe through your mouth, you're going to dry out your gum tissue in your tongue. You have more of an apt to get more cavities. You're going to inflame your gum tissue.
Sleep apnea treatment can happen in a number of ways. The gold standard, he says, is a CPAP machine. But sometimes folks can be intolerant, 50% of folks, in fact. Another option in that case is oral appliances.
You have different ones. So this one, if you look at it, it has a solid bar here. So to change how far the person would come forward or not, these bars change.
Oh, interesting.
The oral appliances they can do here.
This particular one has a strap, so you can change the size of the strap. So, I can make it in like that. And also when I talked about titrating it, you have these little things that you can put on to make this bigger. So you could make this wider as the person.
Wow.
And believe it or not, it doesn't take long to get used to them.
Most people today don't. Depending on what other dental treatment or whatever is involved, a lot of people today, when they get their ultimate nighttime appliance, it's made out of nylon, and the nylon's a lot thinner. The acrylics, over time, that people have had retainers or whatever, they pick up taste and stuff. The nylon repels that. The nylons are such that the manufacturer gives them generally a 5-year warranty.
Beyond oral appliances, there's also surgery, as well as having an implant called Inspire. No matter the treatment, the initial evaluation is always the same.
Come in for you'd have a sleep screening. If the sleep screening indicated that you were a possible sleep apneic, you'd end up with either an at-home or in a sleep center sleep test. After the sleep test, there's a sleep physician who will make an order. They will say, I diagnose X, and my recommendations are either A, B, or C.
Here at Smiles by Holsinger and Higgins, they have the equipment for an at-home sleep test, as well as the ability to provide laser therapy for snoring. They can also screen for TMD. If it seems like Dr. Holsinger cares, it's because he does. He's the only diplomat of the American Board of Dental Sleep Medicine on the Eastern Shore of Maryland and south of Newark in Delaware.
The perfect sleep pattern that you could have is that your mouth is closed and you breathe in and out through your nose. That's the perfect sleep.
Perhaps part of the reason he's so serious about sleep, his own experience with sleep apnea.
My wife and I had a sleep test in the hospital, and I thought I had the worst night's sleep of my life. And my wife thought that she had a really pretty good sleep there. But when the actual sleep test came out, my sleep test results were much better than hers were.
Dr. Holsinger now wears an oral appliance at night and since has shown healthier patterns. One of his patients who uses a CPAP machine has noticed a world of difference.
What we've noticed with his dental treatments are that his gagging is not nearly as bad as it was before he was treated for the sleep apnea.
And this patient isn't falling asleep at work like he was. So a smoother sleep is possible. But folks have to get diagnosed. So it's not a nightmare.
Now, untreated sleep apnea can increase your chance of hypertension, diabetes, stroke, can lead to a shorter life. It's also been linked to Alzheimer's and forms of dementia when you don't get enough sleep.
It's worse when you can't sleep or you don't get good sleep.
Yeah.
Oh,